Hi, welcome to this week's Ramblings. If I'm being honest, it's a Saturday Ramblings because yesterday I was busy all day, being the feast of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. There were a number of things on. One of those things was gathering in Campbelltown, which is about 2 hours away from here anyway, to pray with my brother priests and our Archbishop. Is a day of prayer for priests. It's become a bit of a tradition here in the diocese over recent years, and we had an opportunity to gather yesterday. It was an opportunity also to mark what our bishop is calling a holy year for priests, and so we've begun this journey, spending time before the Blessed Sacrament and doing some fasting as part of that process. I can see there's going to be quite a few challenges along the way, but whoever said being a disciple was going to be easy, and that's particularly appropriate in the light of the readings this weekend, where we see in Luke's Gospel, in Luke chapter 9, towards the end of that passage, that chapter, we have lots of occasions when we're challenged to be disciples, and some of the excuses that have been used in the past as to why the disciple doesn't actually begin his mission and ministry immediately. So it's a time of praying for people and for the needs of the community. It's also this weekend is our weekend when I travel to Bruny Island, so I'm looking forward to that, and it's an opportunity for me to just catch up with the small community that lives there, a small but faithful community, and to share something of our journey together with them. This morning I ran into a friend from a long time ago, a parishioner of New Norfolk, who I hadn't seen for some time, and she gently reminded me that making a phone call to another friend wouldn't be such a bad idea. I have to admit that I'm quite terrible at making phone calls. I keep thinking that it might be inappropriate, or they might have something else on at the moment, and so I tend not to do it. And yet there are others who call me at any time, day or night, and have no compunction about making their phone calls. Isn't it amazing how different we are and how challenging life can be? Another of the challenges I've had this week was I listened to the Working Genius podcast with Pat Lencioni, and he had a question, or at least a comment that he made, and it was about using Working Genius outside the workplace but in the rest of our lives. And one of the things that he spoke about was holidays and how to arrange holidays. Well, I have to admit that making arrangements for a holiday to me is just sheer painful, and so therefore I tend to opt for the least kind of activity. I really don't do very much, and I don't like having a highly organised holiday or a highly organised program, and yet I then tend to just wander and not do anything. I think I need to find a little bit of one of my working competencies or working frustrations to get it out of the cupboard, so that I can make some plans for a holiday, since I really haven't had a holiday in just over 2 years. So I need to do something about that. I know you're going to say I'm stupid. I know you're going to say, why don't you do it? I know you're going to say, it's not good for your health. I know all of those things. It's just that on my strength, tenacity to finish a job is not one of the high points. And so I suspect if you just look into the background of my room, you might actually see and understand something about how I live with putting things off, without finishing them. So that's my confession for today, but it's also the reality of my life, and I need to look at that. And perhaps if you've ever thought of working out why some things are easy and why some things are difficult, you might consider having a look at the Working Genius model. The website for it is Working Genius, all one word, so that's 2 G's right in the middle of it, workinggenius.com. It's not that expensive to do, but it actually might help you understand how you act and why you act in a particular way. Well, that's Saturday Ramblings for you. I hope you have a good afternoon, a good day, great weekend, and I look forward to catching you next week on a Friday to wish you all the best for the time. Take care and God bless.